Hi everybody, this is Kim and I am here today to show you a project that I'm going to be making using the design team package papers that I received from Country Craft Creations. I've been a design team member for Tammy for a couple years now, and she kind of knows my style and my taste, and so when she sends me the design team box, I'm always excited to see what's inside. I've already done a walkthrough or a share of a haul share of the paper, but it is by my mind's eye and it's called Gal Meets Glam. And so I decided, rather than make an album this time, that I was going to make like a birthday box for a teenage girl, so maybe like a Sweet 16 or something. And so as I was deciding how to make this box, I decided to start participating in the Clean Up Your Craft Room activity that Tammy's doing on the Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations Facebook page. And I started, but I did not finish. And I started going through things to organize, but I found things that I forgot I had. I'm sure you've never experienced that before, right? So I found this Graphic 45 box, and it's called the Altered Art Matchbook Box. And it's a 12 by 12 box that I thought, okay, I can work with this. It's a box that slides out, so it kind of looks like it is a shadow box kind of, but it's 12 by 12. I did not want it to be craft, so I went ahead and I started painting it. Originally I was going to use these construction strips and place along the edges so that it would have a nice clean look to it, but the box, because I've had it for a while, I think I've had some things sitting on it, so it's kind of warped a little bit. And so I can't get the tight fit, so I'm trying to stretch out the top box. Let me show you. I'm stretching it out so it's going to have something in it, but this is the top. See, I got paper in here to try and push this back up. But I want this to be covered. I don't want it to be an open shadow box. I'm going to put a piece of chipboard on top, but then this drawer goes inside and pulls in and out. So this is going to be off to the side for a little bit just because I got to stretch it. I'm hoping that plan will work. So what I'm going to do is start with the base of the box, and I went, like I said, I painted it with black acrylic paint, and I've already gone and I have put score tape around the edge of the paper so it lays down real nice on the edges, and then I'll put art glitter glue in the center. But it was hard to choose what paper to put on the inside, but I went ahead and decided to use this, the hair clips, bobby pins. And so I'm just going to go ahead and take off the backing to my tape. And this is a 12 by 12 sheet, so no cutting whatsoever, no scoring. So it's going to be a nice, fast project. That's the goal anyway. And I am going to put a little art glitter glue in the center. And if you haven't used the art glitter glue, it's worth a try, because I have tried other glues and I wasn't happy with it. This has a real strong hold, real durable, dries pretty quick. It does come, you can order the thin tipped nozzle, and I like that also. So I'm just going to put a little bit. I don't have to do a full coating on there. And I'm just going to make sure that this is centered. It does help that I painted it black so that if it does get off a little bit, you're going to see black, not craft color. And I want it to stick real well, so I'm going to take my burnishing tool and just kind of go around all the edges and the center. And I'm being pretty firm with it. Like I said, that was a 12 by 12 sheet. All right, so that should be adhered real well. I'm going to go ahead and do the inside. And so again, I used 12 inch long sheets. And on the inside, I am using the words, and it's got some gold foiling of hearts. And so it's 12 inches long. And how long? Let's see what I ended up cutting this. I think it was like 1 7/8. Yep, 1 7/8 tall. And I went ahead, like I said, and I put some score tape along the edge just so it had a real tight, around the edges. It's going to adhere real well. And then I'll put the glue on the inside. So you need 4 of those for the inside, 1 7/8 by 12. And once again, I'll put some glue in the center. It was hard to decide what side to use. These lips were really cute. Alrighty. So I'm just gonna kind of butt it up to the edge here. Make sure it's down. Okay. I think it's going to be easier if I turn the box on its end and do this, but then you can't see very well. Just want to make sure it's sticking real well, especially in the corners. And we're going to do that to all 4 corners, or all 4 sides. And I have a little bit of glue coming through, but that's okay, it dries clear. So that's what I chose for the inside. I'll probably finish the other 3 off camera so you don't have to watch me gluing paper. But the outside I chose was this mint green with gold foiled hearts, and that's going to go on the edges like so. That's a close-up for you. And that was 1 and 15 16ths inches high and 12 inches long. Okay, so that's what you're going to see as you look at the box on the side. So again, 1 15 16ths high, 12 inches long. I'm going to put them on all 4 sides. And I will be back once I have all the gluing of the sides done. Alright, that was fast and easy. I'll just show you real quick. I put black on the bottom, a piece of 12 by 12, and then I did each of the sides and then the inside. Okay, so what I plan on putting on the inside, I'm going to show you these things that I picked up. So first of all, this came from the store, Country Craft Creations, and so this is the stickers with gold foiling that comes with the collection, or that you can purchase with the collection. And so I was out shopping and I was trying to decide what I would put inside this box, and let me show you what I found. So one of the things I found was this compact. It's no, it's just mirrors. And look at lips on it with lipstick. So that matches perfectly. There's a paper that you saw that had the lips on it, so I had to have that. Pick that up. So that will be in the box. I found these nail files, and it's got the lady in the black dress. Look at sticker, lady in the black dress. So that will go in there. So I went with the color scheme. There's this mint green and then there's pink. So I found some clippers that are the mint green color. So that will go in there. Now I'll probably put rosettes on here as the gift. Like I'll make sure that I have this covered up with something cute from the paper line. So I'll make a rosette and show you what I came up with. Especially like things like this, when the sticker won't come off, drives me insane. But these are tweezers, the light pink color, just like the color that's in here. So that will go in there. Again, I'll put a rosette or a bow or something on there. I might use seam binding. I don't know, I'll have to work on it. And then I found this collection of paper notepad that says "Get It Girl," and it's got lipstick in the same color pink. I'm trying to decide if I should open the wrapper and cover this with the paper collection or just leave it as is and put that in the box. And then I found this stationery. It was falling apart. It was ripped right here, so I just put a construction strip there in black because it's got black on the bottom. And it has note cards that say "Hello, gorgeous." And that will go... It's a little bit high, so I might have to take them out of the box, but I'm going to make it work. So that's that. That's what I'm going to put in the box. Now I'm also going to arrange it in a way so that I can make a traveler's notebook, a laminated traveler's notebook to put in here. And I'm going to show you how I made that in a different video. But once I have everything done and organized, I'll put it in the box and I'll show you what everything looks like when it's all the way done. But this is the idea so far, is to put these items in here. So I thought it was a perfect match. So we are ready to move on to the top. And to do that, remember I said I don't want the hole in the center. Again, it was this Altered Art Matchbook Box. Let me zoom in so you can see it, in case you want to look into getting one. Oop, wrong way, sorry. Okay, so that's what it's called. I still have my paper inside trying to stretch the box out. I have a ream of paper in here, so pretend like you don't see this ream of paper. But I have a piece of chipboard with paper on the back, and I'm going to wrap this in black and then put a piece over it. I just happen to have pink chipboard. What are the chances? But I'm going to still cover it. And I'm going to place that on top of here so that the hole is covered. Okay, so let's do that. It's like wrapping a cover to an album. So I cut my paper. This chipboard is 10 by 10 and my paper is 12 by 12. So again, no cutting. This is like the easiest thing ever. And I'm just going to center this on the black paper. I have put score tape along the edges of this 12 by 12 paper, and I'm going to miter the corners. Let me I have a tool that I use to miter corners, just to make sure I leave enough on the corner that it covers the chipboard. What am I doing? I'm going to lay this down first. Yeah, that's what I use, this silver tool. Okay, I gotta get focused here. So let's go ahead and place, we're just going to center this. I'm going to eyeball it. If I use the grid on my mat, I'm going to take off the backing of all this score tape. I did have some 6x6 sheets that I used from the store. They're super, super handy. Doesn't want to come off. Let me try in a different corner. There we go. When you use these larger sheets though, it just is a huge time saver. And then I had some other adhesive in my stash. I'll tell you what, when you start cleaning your craft room, you find things that it's kind of sinful how much stuff I have. And then to forget and not use it. Oh, ridiculous. Oh well, I'm in recovery and I am trying to be better. Craft recovery. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try and center this. It doesn't have to be perfect. And just lay it down. And I'm going to go ahead and burnish it so that the adhesive stays on real well. Okay, and then I'll have decorative paper on here anyway, so okay, so let's go ahead and miter those corners. So I'm just going to place this tool on the corner here, and I'm going to use my knife and just trim that off. So you'll see that it does leave a little bit of extra on the corner here. You don't want to go right up to the corner. Okay. So, you know, I'm using this graphic 45 box, but you guys can use, I mean, when you're in a pinch, like time-wise, instead of constructing it from scratch, if you've got awesome paper, all you have to do is find a good shoebox or something to cover, and you can make anything into a gift. You just got to start with the good paper. All right, one more corner to miter. And, okay. So I like to stand the chipboard up to bend the paper. Let me get my stuff out of the way here. So I just kind of bring it up and fold it over. I'm a little too close now, but I do that to all 4 sides. Okay, now I should probably also put a strip of score tape along here too. You know what, I think I'm just going to use art glitter glue. That should do the trick anyway. So I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to place art glitter glue around the edge of my chipboard and let it just sit for a second so it kind of softens the fibers of the paper, and then it just has a nicer corner. It's like a smoother corner by doing that. It's an optional thing. You don't have to when you're covering your chipboard, but I have found that it works pretty slick. So because I don't have any score tape on the edge, I'm also going to put some glue right there on the chipboard edge. And I'm going to peel off the backing of that score tape and just bring it up and over. And press down real well. I love this this burnishing tool. It's Teflon. You can get them at different places. And then I'm just going to run that along the edge so that it has that nice clean edge. Okay, I'm going to do the opposite side. Now we don't have to put paper on this because, well, you'll see in a minute, but there's going to be paper below it and you're not going to be able to see the bottom anyway. So we're going to save some time and some effort there. So I'm putting more of the glue up against the chipboard and then right here on this edge. And then I'm going to wait just for a second, let it soak in. And go ahead and burnish that again. Got some glue seeping out, but that's all right. And then I'm going to go ahead and do it along the edge so that the paper sticks real well where I put that glue. Okay, so now as we do the other sides, there's a little bit of overhang on the edges that we want to tuck in. So I usually just take my fingernail and push that paper in so that it covers the corner. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and fold this one up and over. Okay, making sure those corners went in. Burnish. And the edge. And we have one last side. What did I do before I found this glue? That's what I want to know. I think it's more economical than using a lot of score tape too. I still use my score tape. I think it has a great, it sticks real well for edges, I think. And I still use it for the construction of my album covers. I forgot to tuck that in. Hope that looks all right. Okay. So that is what I'm going to place on top of the box. And the paper I selected for that top is the plaid. And I cut it 10 by 10. So you know what? I think I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off just because I want to see a little bit of that black. I want a black border. So let me trim a little. Now I am ready to work with this top. I took the ream of paper out. I'll probably end up putting it back in for a while just to make sure that it stays stretched out and I can have that drawer come in and out pretty easily. But here's what I plan on doing. So because I want to cover up that hole, I'm going to be putting a piece of paper underneath and adhering it. And then I will be putting this on top. Or maybe I don't need to do that. Maybe I just am going to place the paper. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put the paper here and put this on top. Maybe I don't want black. Look at me talk out loud. Maybe I just want to do a pattern paper. This is 12 by 12. And then place this. Oh yes, that's much better. So to save paper, I don't think I need to put any paper below, because you'll see the I don't know, how do I show you this? You're going to see the decorative paper on the other side, except I got to cover up that nasty black paint. Yeah, I think I'm still going to have to put black on the inside, just so that I can cover up. Yep, that's what I'm going to have to do. Okay, so I am going to place this paper underneath. So I'm going to turn this upside down. I already put black on the bottom. And I'm just going to tape a piece on top, on the top part. So I'll just glue that down. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and I'm just going to leave the tape on the 4 edges, and I'm not going to add any glue, at least not right now. I'm kind of thinking out loud as I do this. All right, so I'm going to scoot this down. And I'm going to try and center it. I know you can't see, neither can I. Is it even? Okay. So I'm putting my hands in there just to push down on the tape, the score tape that I had on there. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to place this, and this is 12 by 12 too, right like so. And I don't really think I don't need to put any tape or anything on that. I am going to place, however, some tape around here, just so that the paper sticks better. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll just... yeah. This is some of that tape I found that I didn't know I had. Oh, sorry, I'm not in camera. I'm just putting tape around the edges here so that the paper will stick better. This box is so big it's hard to get in camera. So I apologize if you didn't see, but it's just putting tape down. And one more side. All right, make sure that you push down so that tape is on there real well, if you're using a box that has a hole in the top. Okay, and then I'll just lay this like so. Okay, so let's take the backing off of all of our tape. The only thing with this is you want to make sure that you get it on centered and in the right spot. With this tape, you don't want to rip anything if you have to take it up and reposition it. So, okay, so that's off, and now the top piece. So I didn't realize how much I like altering boxes. I've been doing quite a few lately. I've done some for design team projects. I've also done some just for around some of the paper I already have in my stash. But you can always use an extra box, right? All right, so let's push this down real well. Like I said, I'll be putting that ream of paper back in there just to push this up a little bit more before I try and put the box back in the inside. Okay, so now I'm just going to center this like so on top. So it gives it just a little bit of a dimension on the top. I could put a handle here too. Ooh, maybe that's what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to go get a handle or a knob. I'll be right back. Okay, so I found a knob that I had in my stash. I'm going to have to take that screw out. I'm going to have to find a screwdriver. I don't think I can. Oh yeah, here it comes. Okay, so I need to find the center of this piece of chipboard. I can't get that out. I don't think I have a screwdriver down here. I should have done this before I came back on. There we go. Just enough to get it started. Okay. Finally. Okay. So I need to use my Tim Holtz ruler to find the center of this board. And so to use this, I'm going to look to see where I have the same amount on each side of 0. And I'm going to make a mark. And it's about right here. Okay, that's the center this way. So now I want to find the center this way. And there's 5 on each end. Looks like about right there. So I gotta scoot it over to my center mark the other way. And it looks like about right there. So where the two meet is where I need to punch a hole. So it looks like right here. I hope that's right. And I have a dowel. I think that's what you call this. And I'm just going to poke a hole. Okay, I already put adhesive on the back because once I put the knob on, it's going to be obnoxious to have it upside down. Okay. So there's my hole, and now let's see if it's big enough to place this inside. Yes, I think it is. Okay, so now I'll just put this knob on top. Now I also decided, oh that's gonna be so cute, I also decided to use the trim that I was sent in my design team kit, and I cut a length. I'm gonna have to trim that up a hair, unless I could put it this way. Maybe that's how I did it. Nope, I gotta trim it up a little bit, and I'm gonna put one on top also to girlify it, so it'll look like so. So I do have to trim a little bit off. I hate doing that because it was pretty darn even before. So just a little bit. Nope, a little bit more on the bottom here. That wasn't even. I think that'll work, but I want to cut off this little string here and this one here. And I'm just going to use my glue gun to adhere that. Okay, and then this one looks pretty good. All right. Clean up my mess here. So what I do is I just leave it where I need it, and then I lift up a little bit and put a little glue underneath. I think my glue gun is ready. So I really want to make sure I get it along the edge here. Ouch. I have a spatula that I use so I don't burn myself. I always remember after I've burned myself. Okay, so now I'm just gonna, this looks still a little bit too long. Better trim it before I glue it. Just need to straighten it up. Sorry, I should. Okay, finally. All right, so I'm just going to run some glue along this trim. I put a new glue stick in and it's not making contact, so there we go. Okay, now some on the other side. Dang, that glue stick. Shoot. The glue that I use, or maybe it's the glue gun, strings everywhere. They're like the spider web. Oh, it drives me crazy. Okay, so I want to make sure the edges are down real good. Okay. It's okay if there's a little bit of flap here. And right there. Okay, so now I need to put this one down. And I want to line that up, and I have the, I'm just going to eyeball it. I want it the same distance away from the edge that I have on this side. So, okay. That's hot when you hear that popping, holy moly. Okay, let's finish doing it along the bottom. Pat, pat, pat. Now I'll get the other side. Okay. See, I see strings. Ugh. Make sure the edge is down. Okay. All right, you can fast forward through this if you don't want to watch me sit here tapping glue, but sometimes it is kind of nice to see how people do it. Sometimes I want to know, okay, how did you adhere that? Like, what kind of glue did you use? So I'm using a combination. I've used score tape, I've used glue gun, I've used the art glitter glue. You use different glues for different purposes. Oh, too much. Just tacking down the edges. Okay. Get rid of your glue strings. It looks tacky if you don't. Okay. Let's get the box back over. And we're going to center that. And it should be pretty easy to center. Just need to take off the backing to the score tape, and then I'm going to be pressing from the bottom and the top. So I'm putting my hand inside of here on the other end to make sure that it's going to stick real well. I could, you know what, I'm going to put a little glue gun on it too, I think, being as I've got it heated up. Just a little extra adhesive. So I can fill in between the tape with some hot glue. Okay. All right. So just put some glue gun, hot glue. That should do the trick. And let's eyeball. I think I want it this way. All right, just making sure it's sticking real well. You don't want to push too hard down on the center without your hand on the other end, because there's an opening. This would have been much faster even if I didn't have to cover this centerpiece. Okay, I think it's down pretty good. Yep. Okay. Next is let's cover the two sides. So this I chose the authentic paper just to bring in some of that green color, and so I'm just going to adhere that to each side. I've already inked the edges. I inked all the edges before I started with black soot. I do have some score tape just along the edges so that it adheres easy, and I'll put the art glitter glue in the center. Don't need too much. I'm just going to eyeball that to center it. I know you can't see me. I'm sorry. This box is too big. And I'm going to go ahead and burnish it so it's on real well. And one more on the other side. Measurement wise, I forgot to tell you, if you get the same box that I have, these are 2 by 12. Okay, so now I'll put the next one on. And then we have some paper to put on the inside too. You can make a box out of chipboard if you want. I don't know if I've said that already, but this was just something I had in my stash, so I might as well use it. Okay, I'm going to center that. Go ahead and get my burnishing tool. Okay, now we are ready for the inside, and then we get to decorate the top and make the laminated traveler's notebook. But like I said, I'll do a separate video on how I make that. I have the die, the Eileen Hull die, but I'm not going to use that for people who don't have that die. I'll just use the cardstock and laminate it so it's durable. Okay, so then the inside bottom is the same paper that I put on the outside. It's 12 by 12, and I'm just going to scoot that in there so it'll match. You can see it that angle. Okay, sorry my lighting's bad and it's late at night, so I'm going to glue that down, and then I also am going to do I had inside pieces. Where did I put them? I got to do side. Maybe I shouldn't. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to do the sides. I'm worried about it being too tight, but I don't want to see that ugly side cards. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut out some pieces for the inside too. So let me glue this down on the inside middle. Okay, so I went ahead and glued all my paper on the inside. So you can see that, and went to go put the drawer back in, and lo and behold, I could not get that thing out. So I made a new box. So I just used chipboard and went and made another one. Sorry, I got sick overnight. And so I just used 12 by 12 chipboard and reconstructed it. So that's why this looks different on the inside. So I still have the other board, the other drawer, and I'm thinking, oh, I'll just set that on top. So sometimes I'll tell you what. So anyway, I was trying to decide, okay, what should I put on top? Now this paper collection, I did not get any of the cut aparts, if there are any. So I did get the sticker sheet. So I took off the word beauty and put it on black cardstock, and I'm going to place that down here. And then I also took the lipstick sticker and mounted it on black, and that's going to go down here. But I knew I needed like a major statement piece. And so I went to the dollar store, and they had this silver mirror, like so. And I'm going to lay that like so. I'm going to glue that on with my heavy duty, it's called Quick Grip by Beacon. And they had a makeup brush with pink on the end, so perfect. And then they had this compact with this lips. It's not my favorite. I wish it was pink instead of red, but there is red in the paper collection. So I'm going to glue that down like so. And then I thought, okay, well, this looks too empty. So I went through my bling stash, and I found a necklace that's got hearts on it. and sparkle. So I'm going to be gluing that right here. Okay, so that is the plan. Then I can put the drawer in and put everything together. Now I'm not sure of what I showed already because I lost track of time, but I don't know if I showed you the stuff that goes inside these nail files. I think I already showed you, but I had to take care of the packaging a little bit because I took off the sticker and sometimes there was a little bit of residue. So I just put some of the paper from the collection around it, and then I made a bow and placed that on top. And I did that with the other one too. Just added some of the paper and a bow. I wrapped a piece of the paper around the carton here and added a sticker. That's the brush. And this was a sticker from the collection. It's a tag, and I put it on black paper and put that there. And that's it. So I now have two boxes. I have this one and I have this one. So imagine that. Okay. So now I'm just going to glue this down. This glue smells awful. And you're supposed to be in a well-ventilated area, but I'm just going to put glue around the edge here and on the handle. And then I'm going to be making a traveler's notebook to go inside too, but I wanted to at least show you how what I got for the top. So I'm just going to pause here and glue this stuff on so you don't have to watch me glue, and then we'll take a look at what it looks like once it's all put together. So I'll be right back. Okay, it's done. I'm going to call this my Sweet 16 gift box. I think this would be perfect for a girl, a teenage girl, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, even though I had to work around some struggles. I ended up putting a bow on the brush just to give it a little bit more of a feminine touch. I thought it needed something, but everything's down already with that glue and it's sticking real well. Like I said, I had to redo the drawer. So what I did was, here's the old one, and I'll just, it's big enough that this sits on top without any problem. So there can be things stored here, but also this pushes out. I'm going to try and move it for you so you can see. This comes out, and that's where all the things are stored. So everything is, I can live with it. Now let me show you this. I made this, and this is going to be a separate video. Isn't that cute, that paper? Look, I love it. I'm not 16, but I might have to keep, I don't know. Okay, so then this is my other project that I'll be making a video for. It'll be on a separate video, and this is, all the rage. This is one of those laminated traveler's notebooks, and I made it a size that will fit perfectly in that box. I just happened to have a hairdryer charm, and I had a heart that I put on there. This is an elastic closure. Now, a lot of people put a pocket here. I have a pocket insert, so I don't really need the extra pocket. But I made these little notebooks using the collection stickers, and I had another lipstick tube in my stash somewhere, and I backed all of the stuff on different color, black and white cardstock, and I had a bow that I thought the glitz was pretty. Now, I did use the Wink Estella pen that I received in my design team kit. However, I thought it was clear, and it's not. It's white. So when I did it on top of black, you can see that it turned it white. I thought it was clear. So yeah, so now her dress is more of a gray color, but it's sparkly. And then I just did plain paper and cut it and rounded the corners. I don't like to bind mine necessarily, because once the paper's used, I can just take it out and put in more paper. So here's see, I did on the glasses too, that white. I put little pearls here. And then a saying down here that says, "The devil is in the details." So I had found that stationery at at the store, and the box was too tall, so I just took it out and I put the stationery inside these pockets. There's 10 cards, so I put 5 on each side. And then I made a shaker dashboard. Let me move those around for you. Let's see. So I have a purse die that was perfect, and I mounted it on a black piece of paper, and I love the sparkle of the sequins. And this is for like anything sticky, but I also have the back where I put 2 sticky notes and just put those back here to have handy. On the other side of the shaker dashboard, I left it open and put some stickers in there that might be used. And then these are the envelopes. So I left this side open so you can put stuff in it. And then I just made one more insert with plain paper. Now, the one option that I can do is I have some of those old clear disc holders that have adhesive on the back, but they look kind of wrinkly. So I don't know if I'm going to put that on here or not, but I like this. I'm going to make another one. Like I said, I'll do a video and I will show how to make the notebook, the inside inserts, and the pocket page, and the shaker dashboard that I used. But that fit perfectly in the drawer, so everything turned out, even though I had to work a little bit. When I take this, when I open this, I think this would be the perfect gift. Perfect gift. All right. So if you need a fast gift, like I said, there was no cutting. I used basically 12 by 12 papers on the outside. I mean, I had to do some cutting for the sides, but it's a fast, nice gift, I think. So good luck. Check out those pre-made boxes by Graphic 45. Again, this paper is Gal Meets Glam by My Mind's Eye at Country Craft Creations. And stay tuned for another video on the Traveler's Notebook. Some people call them TNs. I call them Traveler's Notebook. And you can make those really quick too. If you have a laminator, it's pretty slick. So thanks for watching and dealing with all my problem-solving issues. But as it turned out, I just now have a double layer box. All right, everybody. Thanks so much.